It's 25th, 2024. My friend and I went to Circle Restaurant in Deerfield. A bunch of Freemason bikers came in, sat down next to us. So I started going over about Bill and the Freemasons. What he looked like. That he's about 50 years old, white hair, parted down the middle, white man. Okay? Belongs to the Ravenna Freemason Lodge. That a lot of the Ravenna Freemason Lodge were a part of Harding. And they were caught under police surveillance in a protective custody case with statements and a judge's order. Okay? That January to March of 19, Sunday morning, before church, I was early. So I went to Minerva McDonald's, supposed to meet John at church. I go in, the Freemasons come in. Bill comes in. I've never talked to him. These people are admitting to harming me, drugging me and telling me to say stuff, how they frame me. I've had my skull crushed in on 12/21/18, almost shot driving. Okay? Been beat, raped, left for dead on 12/21/18, the shooting night right for Christmas of 18, that they killed 2. Phase 6 stalkers. Okay? Been drugged up till I had lost, by then, way over 30 pounds. Okay? He comes in, and they said, Bill, you have $800,000. You spent almost all of it. Having all of us follow around. And they say you like her and you want to meet her. She won't even look at you. Well, of course not. These people are admitting that they're harming me, and he's paying me. I won't even look at him. He was having people stalk me, and they were mocking me how they framed me in private place. By, I'd say, May or June of 19, I'm in Perry Township at a at a laundromat. I found out what's his mother comes in and sits beside me. Said my son, Bill is getting married. I said, oh. Shows me a picture of the bridal shower, his future wife. This is weird. I never talked to him. Okay. What's even creepier? Then a few months, his wife shows up. Or her friends are stalking me and harassing me. Okay? In October, it should be 22. No, I take that back. It was October of 21. Okay. I go to mail, or I go to the FBI office in Cannon Building. I have been raped. I have been tortured. I have been human trafficked. I have almost been shot in the head driving. I had my skull crushed in on 12/21/18, being raped and left for dead. There was a shooting night by Christmas of 18. My ex caught with shooters that they killed too. I had to hide not to get killed. Stalkers coming at me. Okay? I look at that FBI office, and the guy that raped and tortured me, he told everybody it was FBI. I couldn't get my legs to move. I couldn't get out. I couldn't move. I laid my head on the steering wheel, and cars are driving by, and I'm giving a statement of what had happened. Okay? I finally lift my head and I go to the post office in Belgium, and I decided to mail it. I walk in and some lady leans over. We all know after what you lived through, you couldn't walk in that office. I look down and there's Miss White standing right in front of me. She's on the phone with him. Honey, she knows who I am. These people need to go to jail for this. Yes, you need to go to jail for this. We'll put it that way. Yes, you and Bill and those Freemasons need to go to jail for this. Absolutely. Absolutely, you need to go to jail for this. I turned around and walked out to my car. I sat out there and smoked till they all left. And went in and mailed it. They had people, when I worked at CIC Bank in 19 and 20, the Freemasons were parading around the bank. They come in, we went out with her and studied it. They come in, we all know they raped and tortured her, it damaged her, and she can't hold it, go in the bathroom long. Let's get in line and see if we can make her pee herself so that she can't go to the bathroom, and would laugh at me in front of the cops. They had cameras in there, and the FBI was in the back, and the sheriffs were taping it. They got them, the ones involved. Being part of the human traffickers and the drug dealers. And part of the people making fun of me for being tortured, an accessory of it. It's hung up from the Freemason lodges. You know, Freemasons are sort of like the Shriners. They're groups of colleagues that take up money for community, different needs, donate to charities. Sort of like a college sorority where doctors and attorneys all become friends, sort of like almost a union. Give everybody else clients, You break a law though, they kick you out for good and you lose all your connections. Bill from the Freemasons, people have even said through the case, she keeps telling who actually was involved and did this. Why don't they take care of him? We all know he was a big part of this. He was part of selling people in the drug cartel. He was part of framing Judge Timothy Ludick, Judge Stephen, retired Judge Pete, and the Portage County Sheriffs. He was part of the scam where they photoshopped all that stuff, drugged everything, sold kiddie porn on my grandkids going potty. He's part of racketeering, drugging somebody, raping them, trying to extort money with threats. That's 20 years. Part of these people harassing me. I went to Altman Hospital to visit someone. Somebody got out of the car. Boy, we all know what the Freemasons did here. We all seen them. I know. And the sheriffs have them. The FBI has them. And everyone involved in the drug cartel. With Karen around the house, Karen as well, FBI informant. See, like they say, her case stands up in court without her. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements and a judge's order. Otherwise, it's entrapment. Okay? Fourth Amendment, the constitutional right to privacy. You have a right to remain quiet and a right to an attorney. No one can be in your home because of the right to privacy and then those other rights, except for protected like cases with statements. Like they said, her case covers everything. It's a protected home custody for an FBI informant, threat of life, with statements with a judge's order. The sheriffs and the FBI have been taping this. It can't be disputed. They don't even need her. Oh, I heard some other sheriffs in a different county today, and that Karen's well, the one we're all supposed to take care of. They said she might be happy down there. They said, weird what the Freemasons did. They got him on with that tape in the corner. You know, see my friend from the Stark County Prosecutor's Office? When I told them they were involved, he said, I was wondering why they were driving by that bank when you were there. Or they were everywhere. Ravenna, Madison, Canton, Minerva, talk about stalking somebody. And they have them under police surveillance, FBI surveillance, for being part of a drug cartel, selling women and children for sex slaves, running an extortion group of trying to extort money out of people by drugging them up. Oh, do you know how many of them would come in and laugh in my face if they drugged me and told me to say something stupid? If they had beaten and raped me? That they were the ones leaving bruises? Why don't you pull the case? They weren't, You want to pull the case? The ones pretending to use sodium pentothal on me? Those date rape drug confessions? The ones that were in it with the Gentleman's Club in Florida? Henry Moffitt's group? The Texas group? You got them. See, where they keep trying to pull shit, there's nothing but pulling shit. Now, that's where even the places people are pulling nothing but fucking shit with her. They've told these people at 18 you're messing with the wrong person, the police forger. The police and the FBI were in the back of Altman Family Physicians. First month or two of the case, I'm in Altman Family Physicians. The nurse and the doctor, the nurse looks at me and Dave, you always blame the steroids. But they had you on so many medications. Hard telling which ones caused everything to swell up and everything to shut down, or the combination thereof. Was the medicine making you sick before? It's a good thing you got off of it, got on pain medicine and got out moving. Was the medication errors that made you sick before? See, in 2002, the doctor flat out said, we need to have a long talk about what those doctors are doing. They're known for lying, falsely diagnosing people, ripping off their insurance, getting kickbacks from drug companies, from $200 to $1,000 per false prescription, making people sick. So they have to keep coming back, sharing with associates and friends for known to doing that, and then making them so sick they do unnecessary procedures. You are not the first one, and not the only one they've done this to. They're using your insurance as a checking account they can drain. You got the golden ticket insurance company that pays for almost everything. Only thing's wrong with you is your muscles left out. Dr. Eli agreed. Got me on fentanyl patches and muscle relaxers. Fentanyl is 100 times stronger than morphine. Within the first 2 months, all the brain swelling left. My heart still damaged from that medication. The heart valves enlarged. Caused many heart attacks. It still flutters at times, but I don't require medication. Thyroid, adrenal gland started working again. In over 9 months, I learned to slowly learn to walk on numb feet as the swelling slowly left. Lived on nothing but estrogen replacement from the hysterectomy and a Ventolin inhaler for years. The only thing that was wrong with me was my muscles locked up from all those surgeries. So what did the FBI and the police know by Thanksgiving of 18? It was a medicine making me sick, medical malpractice, documented. Okay? And proven. Gee, what else did they know? They're following everybody around, caught Melissa telling the kids to lie, on a legally bugged house, Thanksgiving of 18. They wanted the house for Auntie Cheryl and Papa, and they made everything up to Flora. They were games of pretend, laughing in the basement. Went to John. Don't worry about it, Mom. When I asked him what's going on, don't worry about it. Melissa will have his ex-wife. She'll have him make up something. I told him you're going through a divorce. You're going to be moving out. But trust me, no one can say anything bad about you. But she'll have the church people make up something too. But trust me, nobody could ever say anything bad about you. Go to Dave to clarify everything within a day or two. I've never hurt anyone. He said, Karen, you're good to the kids, you're good to the grandkids. You never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. Okay? The 2 young FBI agents about Josh's age walked by me in Wood Forest in front of all the police. Why are they making all that shit? They have those kids make all that shit up. Well, they're just trying to scare her out of the house. That's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke highly of her. Same agents that yelled at everybody March 23rd, 23, Walmart 62. We told these people to stay out of it. We interviewed her whole family a long time ago. She's never hurt anyone. No one's ever seen anything. It's just some lady trying to make money out of it. Where they lie they have an attorney working for them. They don't have an attorney. I talked to a criminal attorney. Dave can't hire Pete or anybody on his own. No one could be in your home, not even the FBI, outside of protected like useful statements. Talked to the Stark County Prosecutor's Office. Same thing, that agent had agreed to protect you and have statements of threat of life and a judge's order. Or even the FBI would go to jail for being in your home outside of protected like useful statements. Portage County Sheriff's, Maslin Police, everything they did is not admissible. Want to play? And it's already documented by the sheriffs and the FBI. It was a drug cartel in my home before. And I was framed by them. I went to my son Josh. I never heard you did anything wrong. Never said you did. Went to Danny and Jen. November 13th, 22. People were making weird monster stuff up on me. He's like, what? Where on earth would they get that one from? Jen, his wife? Boy, they'd be lying with that one. They would be a Pinocchio. And their pants would burst into flame. As if. Then on November 18th, 22, one of the wanted stalkers by the Maslin police. They were looking for an Eric and Steve for stalking me, part of the drug hotel. Okay? November 18th, 22, one of the wanted stalkers, Eric, comes in. All the tapes to the floor on me and not her. It was my idea to come up with it, my idea to do it, my idea to say it. For all these people turn on, they go, guy with him instead of telling you I have to take care of it. I know it's that bad and I still fell for it. I hope they find that jackass. On Christmas Eve of 22, I go to my son Danny and Joe. I asked him if they knew anything about that jackass. They said they didn't know anything about it. I said, do you know on the 6th day where we come up from the storage unit, the door was kept in the wall? And Dave said it was a relative pass out. Keys don't report it. I said, yes. I said, did you know they set up body camera stalking me? No. Did you know about a shower scene in the other room or washing to make me look weird? No. Do you remember the orange, lemon, grapefruit sized bruises all over me? Almost passed out in front of the neighbor by the side of me? Yes. Did you know they were drug and beating me and telling me they were the monster stuff? No. I thought you were working too hard and bruised too easy. The kids came out of the room. Said, Grandma, we didn't know. And hugged me. That would have made them an accessory. Dave told Danny in 23 that he hired Pete on his own. Pete's a drug dealer. Impersonated retired Judge Pete, trying to frame Judge Stephen and Judge Timothy Ludecker for being part of the drug cartel. Impersonating a retired judge. He's a drug dealer. Drug beat and raping people in their own home. Sex trafficking videos of people using the bathroom, selling kiddie porn on my grandkids going potty, human trafficking people under drugs. Those judges were looking at life and federal. They were investigating them, and the Portage County sheriffs were being part of the cartel. These people don't have an attorney. There's no legal defense for being in somebody's home before it's illegal. Like the Louisville police. Even the FBI would go to jail outside a protected life case with statements, and that agent had agreed to protect you and have statements of threat of life. It also had to have a judge's order, or they'd go to jail. It's illegal to look and listen. Portage County sheriffs were then in place, Maslin police. And it's documented by the sheriffs that it is the drug cartel and that are framed by them. As found in a set by the police in the 18 in the FBI by Thanksgiving of 18, and they already knew it was medical malpractice and medication errors and fraud that made me sick before. That call, don't you get tired? Tired of them? I mean, honestly, tired of them. Think of their scenario. My sister, her husband is that minister's kid. He's out committing adultery. Linda's falling around like a nutbag. She gets caught. But again, that's her husband. They think it's me. So that minister has to get rid of me real quick. Makes up a shitty lie and gets rid of me. It's 2003. They wait 15 years. I don't even go to the church. And where that minister's kid's dating Katie. I found out it was Katie telling people I was mean to her. I hadn't talked to her in 7 years. Willing to lie to get their little drama. Okay? I haven't talked to her in 7 years. Said hi to her maybe twice in the morning. Before that, I hadn't talked to her since I was here. What do you think of that? She's willing to lie because she's having an affair with Tim. You know, if my sister Linda wasn't going to confront him, just act stupid when you see it. Because if she's not willing to leave her husband, why stir the pot? If she thinks she can't support herself and she's willing to put up with it, it's not my place to make a difference. So we just all act as stupid. No, nothing. Then you gotta think, they're gonna wait 15 years, okay, to hunt me down, because who told them I was faking? Like they said, the police that investigated the case in October last year, we looked it up. The only one that ever called her faking was that minister, was medicationers. What was that agent thinking? That minister had such a low IQ. You wouldn't even know what he was saying. He was a minister, not a doctor. See, that's where the whole thing of it is. The only one that ever said it was strange. Because what is it? Medical malpractice, medication errors, and fraud. They almost killed me. They were ripping off my insurance. And then proven when I got off the medication, I got well. So, and it took me 9 months to slowly get well in front of everyone. They watched me go through 6-10 surgeries, be in so much pain I couldn't stand it. Swell up like a balloon, gain 150, 175 pounds, end up in cardiac wards. My legs are so swollen they're popping out of place. End up with canes and braces for a long time. And then over 9 months of slowly getting well, pulling myself up and down streets, malls, stores, driving cars. And a minister makes it up in November 2003. A shitty lie. And he's a minister, like the police that worked my case. What was that agent thinking? He was a minister, he wasn't a doctor. And he's the only one that ever said it. It's his lie. It was in 03. It's 2018. I don't even go to their church for 15 years. I told you I visited in 2011 with Dave when people were making up crazy lies, and I was going down in Lilacs, find out what's going on. And some lady came up to me, I heard you got into it, Katie. I said, Katie, I think Dave and I only said hi to her twice in the mall. Is that what's going on? What's going on? You don't know? No what? Never mind. Well, it's just when I went to go for a walk with Francis, I said, why are people making up stuff? Well, Mary hates you. That's Katie's mom. I said, how could she hate me? I haven't seen her in 8 years. I said, what's going on? She doesn't mind. Like that. I said, what's going on? She's like, you don't know? I said, no way. She's like, never mind. I started laughing. Couldn't hold her back. I hadn't talked to her in 8 years. I told her during the case, now I hadn't seen her again since 2011. And then in 2017, Katie's sister Trish, when I was growing up, Trish and I were friends. I hadn't seen her since 03. Okay. Dave and I go in Walmart, Maslin. She's sitting there. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Trish. I haven't seen her since 2003. It's 2017. And I went, hey, it's Karen. She's like, I don't see or talk to anybody anymore. Something happened with her. She had a motor vehicle accident caused a head injury. She refuses to go to an apostolic church or have anything to do with anything. I don't know what's behind it, but she won't even have nothing to do with him. Okay? I said, it's Karen. And I started talking to her. And she started laughing. I started telling her about my grandkids. Mary walked up. And I said, hey, Mary. Dave's standing there. I said, I haven't seen Trish since '03. She went, '03. She looked over at Trish. And I said, I haven't seen her since '03. I said, I heard she had a traffic accident in John. My son, he told me. I said, I was wondering how she was. I was telling her about all my grandbabies. She looked at me, Mary looked at me and said, Karen, are you happy? I said, oh, I'm very happy. And she said, well, it's good to see you're happy. And she looked over at Debbie. And I said, well, it's nice to see both of you. And we laughed. Dave and I talk about it in a tape, and I taped him. Showed the police an FBI. Now, I found out through the roof that it was Katie, and they were telling that agent I was mean to her. I hadn't talked to her since 2011. I only said hi. I want you to think about that. I told you, in 2011, Dave quit going to his church. People started telling me Dave was cheating with Katie. But Katie cheats with Tim, my brother-in-law. We all knew that. And people would come up and say stuff, and people were making up stuff on him. And then stuff about him. We go to walk, and Macy's. I said, Dave, are you cheating with that girl? He said, Karen, she's pathetic. Making up that a married man leave his wife for her. I said, Dave, are you cheating? Well, right, by the purses, she works clear down by a truck for milk. And he said, Karen, I'd rather kiss a cow's butt than have that ugly apple. My chocolate is me joke. He just wanted to stop questioning. Can she hear us in Macy's? And I laughed at his joke. No. The only way she would find out that he made a mean joke, and I dare laugh, is if he went and told her to tell. And he quit going to his church in 2011. When the lies got so bad that he came home and hurt me really bad. And he found out that I hadn't talked to anyone. And they fooled him. And he quit going to that church until the middle of the case. And he went to that church. Had nothing to do with him. And he waited all those years to hunt me down because the minister made up a lie on me. And it was just him saying it in '03. And it's 2018. Don't you get tired of them making it wise? Huh? Oh, somebody was mean to me. Well, where and where? Where's the police report? There isn't one. Because it never happened. Oh, she's a faker. It was medical malpractice medication errors. Almost killed her. Who told you to say that? Our minister, where to get his information? He made it up. Don't you get tired of that occult making up stuff on people? My niece Heather, they made it up that she was cheating on her husband because she stood up to one of them. She was at a party, and some man came down, and me and mean to his wife, told him to get her fat butt out. And being 20 and beautiful, no filter on her face, instead of staying out of it, she said, that's abuse, don't you take that. She's like, you just want my husband. Well, she's 20 and beautiful. She looked at him and went, ew. He's like 40. I died laughing. I would have loved to get a fly on that wall. Ew, he's like 40. Well, the women in the church started telling everybody she was a whore. She was cheating on Abe. called her a whore as they walked by until she quit their church. Told everybody she's out cheating on me and she loves me to death. She told me one day they will learn it's wrong to lie on people. They made up all kinds of crazy stories on anybody they didn't like. Don't you get tired of that occult lying and making up stories? Making up excuses to kill or harm somebody and exploit them. Don't you get tired of them? I'm bypassed tired of them. Waco should have happened here. If Pete wouldn't have been one of the Fentanyl King's men from Texas, and the big bad drug cartel wasn't here, and they weren't messed up in him, that occult would have been nailed to that agent's desk. But what did they want? The drug cartel. I was up at a client's this last week, and on the news, they said there's some despicable acts going on from law enforcement. They're feeding women and children back to the drug dealers so they can get the drug dealers, and that should never happen. Despicable, if you look it up, is evil and cruel. I heard some guy walk by my doctor's office while I was in the room. Said a lot of the people that worked the case are no longer there. They got let go because they didn't care what happened to her. We already told all these people that it was the medication that made her sick before and to stay out of it. Or it's documented medical malpractice, documented medication errors. Doctors are still doing it. It was on Google. A doctor got 50 years this last year. Dear God, they were lying so bad they said I have brain tumors. Level 2, I wanted to take my pituitary gland out. Thank God all brain family physicians told on them. You know, I was researching, do you know even where they cause seizures? And gave me a medicine for epilepsy. Do you know they cause brain swelling? High doses of ibuprofen for a long time cause lower leg swelling. Do you know quinine causes heart arrhythmia and face and neck swelling? They had me on like 15, 18 drugs and almost killed me. I didn't need any of it. You know that stupid Pete, drug dealer Pete, run around telling everybody, oh, she was found insane. If you go on Google, there is no cure for insanity. You don't just get well. Only thing that they can do is try to calm some of the symptoms with drugs. You have to have a guardian, a social worker. You can't even be trusted to give your own medicine. You get a free apartment from the state, Social Security, disability, medical card, and the state takes care of you. I work 2 jobs. Notary. I have my med certs to pass medication. I get tired of that idiot making up lies. Just like he lied that I had charges and I had 1 traffic ticket. From 89, the government, where the agent said I had a life for peace as an informant. The government sealed my criminal record. I laughed and laughed. I had 1 traffic ticket from 89. I paid my ticket. They sealed it. Like Officer Mark said, we'll have no worries. Gave Carol no wrongdoing in life because she wouldn't abuse it. It's like giving it to a nun. I'm boring without these people. That agent, John, Lighthouse Tabernacle, making a fool out of him June 7th, 23, how they fooled him with their stunner taste before and cackled at him like jackasses. FBI agent John fell for the stunner taste before. Oh, come on now. That FBI agent fell for it. It was only a stunt. How many drug people drugged up and told us say stuff was only a stunt to them? Photoshop washing set up a hate crime was only a stunt to them. Cackled hot and cackled and screaming his name and title, how they made a fool out of him publicly. They keep laughing at all these people, how they make fools out of everyone they falls for. It's a Jim Jones account. A teenager said, her parents said, this is why you don't go to churches like that. If they weren't an occult, they would have never had anybody harm her. And they wouldn't have ever said a word to her. Churches are there to help, not destroy. When you realize that they are pure Satan themselves. Jim Jones occult, Waco, David Koresh, Charles Manson. And that agent going up and telling on me to Apostolic Church of Barberton that he knew they were drug being raping me and he didn't care. Because the strangest lie of faking you were sick and faking you got well. And telling him he was going to turn me back over to him. If I was supposed to be mean to the women, it was Precious Katie and they're lying. I hadn't talked to her in 7 years. Told him he was going to defraud me. Open that case under fraud. Tell him that I already told the police that he was doing it to get the drug dealers. And they don't even believe him anymore. I was up in Hartville. The guy said the police in this area said not to say a word that agent stole their money. And he said he was doing it to get the drug dealers and only act like he's going along. They don't believe him anymore. Because he stole their money. They need to arrest him. And someone needs to get my money because no matter what the government stores. But I'll talk.